right? You remember when we cut these pieces, they didn't fit. Now we're trimming the cardboard to fit how we want it to fit so we can trace these over thin metal and cut it out of metal. So we're doing the tight measurements of where it's, see where I gotta cut that down so that'll fit in. So this is stopping that from sliding in. So we're gonna cut that. So I'm doing the measurements and cutting. I'll just keep you guys bouncing back and forth with me. Try to give you guys an hour of content on the design for under your hood. And then, so all I'm doing is just holding it up against the hood and seeing what needs to be cut where. And I'm not trying to get it perfect the first time. I'd rather cut too little than too much. It's like everything else. If you cut too little, you can always cut more off. Can't put it back on. Okay, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Open it down here so you can see. I'm even cutting on the inside of where I marked it because I do not want to cut too much. So even where I mark it, I cut on the inside of that. And again, we're getting these pieces to fit. Like how these are too big. See how that one's fitting better? That's what we're gonna do with the metal. And it's just a matter of cutting it, testing it, cutting it, testing it, cutting it, and testing it. And there's some areas I way overcompensated on, but that's cool because again, we rather have too much than too little. Always rather have too much than have too little. Okay. See, I'm still cutting outside of that black line. I'm not cutting exactly where I measured. Because if I got to cut some more, fine. But I can't put no more on there once I cut it. So I'd rather cut it 4 times and get it right than to miscut it and have to start all over. Okay, we're looking pretty good, except for this very tip. I didn't think about that. Just wrote with permanent mark on a white car, but I still got a wet sand, so that permanent marker is on top. Should be able to sand that right off. This is regular DeWalt jigsaw, Home Depot. Doesn't have to be DeWalt, but these aren't special tools that I'm using. These are everyday hardware tools, tools you should have already if you own a home. Okay. Put this little tip off. You should be AG. They don't and these pieces don't have to fit in perfect. They just have to be the shape of that piece. If somebody looking that close, they need to, they need something else to do. You take this little tip off. This should be good enough for me to show you guys what it's looking like. All right. There we go. Yeah, there it is. Get the metal, fit that in there. Now, if we trace it and it's not perfect, all we do is just grind the metal down and say if that's not perfect, grind the metal down. But this is good. That's good. See how this is way too big for that, for this triangle? But we just gonna cut it in to the shape of that. Let's go ahead. Let's get this one done. I like the curved parts to be first, and I adjust everything to the curved part. So you see where I got to take this in way up here, and we're gonna lose all of this. We'd rather lose than need. It is Mr. Marley. It is 11:09 in Texas, in the United States. Where are you? Okay. I know a lot of times people say that they make templates, but they never show you actually how to do it. Um, is this the only way to make templates? Of course not. Is this the best way? Probably not. Does it work? Definitely. Wow. I'm gonna show you how much of a difference that one adjustment made. Now, this is so good. I'm gonna adjust up here because I want a better curve to that. So I'm going to make the adjustment up here because this looks good and feels good. Let's see what it does. Again, didn't cut directly on the black line. Who is this? John John Deck. What's going on? Where are you? John Deck. Where are you in the world? Let's see how this fits. So we got one, two, three done. Whew, I don't know if I'm ready to quit. That's what well, we've only been on for 15 minutes. Hmm. Wow, I really cut this too big. Mm. Mm. So I guess I should cut the sides first. I'm thinking I'm gonna get the sides right. So maybe I have to cut it into a square and then cut the edges off. See how much overage I actually have. Or fit one end in, do all the measurements from another area. Again, this is a custom hood underneath the hood for a 1964 Chevy Impala Super Sport. Bunch of custom stuff on this deal. Beautiful car though. Look at all that. Super nice ride. Make sure you guys hit that alarm button so you know when I'm on live and you can see how the projects are going. You can also follow the videos. I think this is under hood and deck lid design video 4, but this is the car that we're working on. So I'm gonna put you guys over here. I'm just gonna take a shot at this one. Admittedly, I'm gonna be a little less careful. Well, it doesn't matter if you're being. It doesn't matter till you start cutting. What you draw doesn't matter. What you cut is what matters. Let's see how close we got. Again, I didn't cut 100% on the black lines. Left some room for error. We'll see how it fits in the middle. Ooh, nowhere near. Wow. Okay. But we got some helpful That corner has to come off. This corner has to come off. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just this is getting a little tricky. So I'm just gonna do like I was doing, cutting a little, checking, cutting a little, checking, cutting a little, checking. Where you generally mess up is when you lose patience and try to cut it exactly to what you need. You're gonna mess up everything. All right. See how close we are. This is why this costs so much money. Because it's somebody cut and fitting, cut and fitting. All right. Cutting, fitting, cutting, fitting. But when everybody's amazed at what your car looks like, all that cutting and fitting doesn't bother you. All right. Still left a little wiggle room. So if it's not perfect, don't count it against. Pretty close. From where we were, you see, we just got to trim that bottom. Looking good. Now, it's a couple of techniques that you can use to remember which lines are which. You can develop your own, or I'll do another video on that when I got a cameraman. That'd be too hard to display. So let's just vibe together and do this front. Okay. See what it looks like. Just here. Ooh, wait. Oh, just right at that bottom. From this line to this line. Trim that. Yep. Okay. Okay. Do I want to adjust it here or there? I can go a little more to that. You know what? That original line I cut, that black line I cut outside of, that was perfect. So had I done that out of the gate, we'd have been good, but you'd rather be careful because if I was wrong, we lost the whole template. Now the funny thing is, all this carpentry and fabrication, and that was my dad and my brother's bag. That was never my gig. Yeah, that's good enough. All right, y'all better get out of here. Letting y'all know. Um, I'm pretty good with this. I don't, I would really like to have this finished. Let me see what time is it. It's 11:30. Um, I've shown you guys the bigger part. These two are not going to make much difference. You're going to know how we got them in there. I'm not going to make you guys watch a video longer than you need to. Much love. I will make sure you guys hit that alarm button so you guys know when I'm coming on. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, don't cost you any money. There's some great hints on us building cars together. Go to the community page, put your car on the community page so we can see what you're working on. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow because we should have all of those pieces done and shopping for metal. That's what we should be doing. Or I could cut the metal out of some existing metal I have, but I don't want to do that. A lot of times people keep like hoods and trunks and stuff like that for that reason. You guys take it easy.